Welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to discuss about the Shadcn UI component libraries, as there are numerous block libraries, component libraries and AI tools. Shadcn ecosystem has exploded. So I went through 10 of the biggest names in the industry to help you choosing the right one. No sponsorship, no bias, just only what each one offers and who should use it. Let's start with Shadcn Studio. Let's start with one of the biggest ecosystem here, Shadcn Studio. It is not just a random component library, it is trying to cover the whole workflow from design to code to AI assisted building. It is built on the same core idea as Shadcn itself, full code ownership and no vendor lock-in. You are getting here over 1000 plus open source and free component variants, which is really huge. It also offers 750 plus blocks categorized in marketing, e-commerce, data table, bento grid and free version. It also offers a theme generator with over 20 plus themes, a Figma kit with 1500 plus icons, a drag and drop builder, MCP server support, Figma to code plugin, and one thing worth noting, it supports both base UI and Redux UI, providing flexibility to developers. Instead of locking you into one ecosystem, it gives you flexibility either way. Another thing that stands out here is how far it pushes into AI workflows. It doesn't stop at just static components because it covers so much on ground. New users might feel a bit overwhelmed at first. If you are looking specific components or blocks, you are not going to use each and every feature provided by Shadcn Studio. Overall, it is worth looking if you want components, design tools and AI workflow in one place rather than piecing them together yourself. Next, we have ReUI. And this one has a completely different focus. Forget about landing page for a second. This is built for people making real software. It covers more than 60 plus categories of components in total. It offers over 1000 plus free open source components, data grids and tables, file upload components, charts, analytic widgets, Kanban boards, advanced ready to use forms, and another plus point is support for base UI and Redux UI, just like Shadcn Studio. One thing that stands out is how F-focused everything feels. No fluffy animation here, just components you would actually use in a working product. Another thing worth mentioning is almost the entire library is free with a paid tier still on the way. The visual style is a bit plain out of the box, so you will probably want to add your own styling on that app, and it doesn't lean much into Figma tooling or AI workflows. So if it is something that you are looking for, then you can check the another tool in the list. Overall, if you are building a SaaS product or an internal tool, this one is one of the most practical option on the list. Next up is Tailark. This one has a single job and it does it well, and it is only focused on marketing websites, product launches, pricing pages, SaaS pages and kind of thing. Over 200 plus premium blocks are offered here. You will get 15 plus block categories, section built for product launches and pricing pages, multiple design kits to pick from, and Shadcn CLI integration. Everything feels like it came from the same designer. That consistency is the biggest selling point here. It's less about giving you 1000 options and more about giving you the right one. Because it is this specialized, don't expect dashboard components or app building tools here. It's not trying to be that, and it is not really a motion first library either. So if animation is a priority, you will want to look at something else on the list. Overall, if your only goal is shipping a clean marketing page first, Tailark gets you there with less tweaking than most. Coming up next is Aceternity UI, the name you have probably already seen. It is one of the most recognizable library in the space, and why not? The animations are next level. You are getting spotlight effects, animated hero sections, 3D interactions, parallax scrolling, mouse following effects, text animations, premium blocks and templates and whatnot. The thing I like the most is how consistent the animation feel across the components. A lot of flashy libraries feel random, but this one feels designed, and because you get the full source code, customizing this animation is fairly straightforward. Because it leans so heavily into motion, it's not meant to be your whole application, it's meant to make the first few seconds count. And heavy animation isn't automatically the right call for every product, so it's worth thinking about whether your user actually need that much motion or not. Overall, it is great choice if you want your landing page to feel premium and memorable. Next is Magic UI, which plays in a similar ground as Aceternity UI, but it feels a bit more modular, easier to drop into something you are already building. It is built with React, Tailwind and Motion. You will get 150 plus free animated components, animated text effects, marquees, particle background drop-downs, dock menus, shimmer buttons, and number of tickers as well. It also has registry-based install, and one thing worth noting, the free tier here is genuinely generous. Everything that you need for a app is already free here, and premium mainly covering full landing page templates is also fairly quick to set up. Copy the component, paste it in, and you are mostly done. Because it is animation based, it's not built for dashboard or data type apps, and it doesn't currently offer the bigger ecosystem features, no Figma kits, no theme generator, though it does have some AI support. Overall, a solid low commitment pick if you just want your site to feel a little more alive. Next is motion primitive. It takes a quieter approach. Instead of big effects, it focuses more on how things feel to use. It's built on frame of motion with both free and paid components. You will get reusable motion components, smooth transitions, subtle hover states, consistent motion system, landing page templates, responsive accessible animations, and much more. What stands out here is restraint. Nothing feels like it's showing off. It feels like considered. A lot of the components are designed to improve the experience quietly, not to grab attention for its own sake. And because it is this focused, it is not an application library that you can consider for your app. And if motion isn't really priority for your project, you might not get much use out of it at all. Overall, a good pick if you care about polish over spectacle. Next one is COSS UI, which is the odd one out in this list, and in a positive way. It is built by the team behind Cal.com. Instead of chasing more templates or animations, it is focused on better foundation. You are getting base UI as the foundation instead of Redux UI. Over 480 plus components, a full design token system, Tailwind CSS version for support, Shadcn registry integration, and the thing I really like is that it is thinking long term. Not just ship a landing page but build something maintainable for years. It is also fully open source, so there is no pricing tier to think about at all. Because of that focus, you won't find a big template catalog here. You are building a foundation, not decorating it, and there is no Figma kit or AI tooling yet either. So expect more upfront implementation work. Overall, worth a serious look if you are evaluating base UI or building an internal design system. Next is Shadcnblocks. I will call it a massive block library because it has over 1600 plus components, more than 1400 plus blocks, premium templates, a Figma design kit, and multi-framework support. Pretty much anything a marketing site needs. The advantage here is speed. You are rarely building anything from scratch, and it is built with real client projects in mind. So a lot of what's here is genuinely production ready. Because the catalog is this big, finding the exact block you want can take a little longer than expected. Overall, it is a strong pick if you are an agency or freelancer building sites again and again. Next is Fancy Components. It is the most experimental library on this list. This isn't about the templates or dashboard, it is about more creative interactions. Built with React, Tailwind, and Motion, you are getting here physics-based effects, custom cursor interaction, creative typography effects, scroll-based animation, interactive backgrounds, fully open source access. And what I like about this one is that it's not trying to be practical, it is trying to be memorable, and it is completely free. No paywalled interaction here at all. Because it is this experimental, it works best alongside another library and not as your only one here. Some of these effects also need careful handling and to stay accessible and perform well across different devices. Overall, great if your brand is built around standing out and not blending in. Last one in the list is Kokonut UI, one of the most balanced library I have ever seen. It is not too big, not too technical, and not too small. You are getting 100 plus free components, a handful of ready to use templates, Shadcn CLI integration, supports for tools like Vercels V0, smooth built-in animations. And what stands out here is it is how approachable it is. If you are newer to Shadcn, this is an easy place to start. It is curated rather than overwhelming, so you are not digging through thousands of options because the catalog is smaller. You won't find the depth of bigger platform here, and it is built more for websites than complex applications, so keep that in mind if you are building something data heavy. Overall, a solid low friction choice for smaller or early stage products. So that's all 10, and here's my honest takeaway. I am not going to declare any one library as the best because it totally depends on what you are building or what you are creating. If this video has helped you choosing the right one, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.